biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Touchdown!
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 78 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the east-northeast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Partly cloudy and 77 tomorrow. 78 and a low chance of showers in the morning, followed by some clouds Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
Looking to stand out and bring more customers to your business? Leon Visuals has you covered. At Leon Visuals, we specialize in eye-catching photography, dynamic videos, and stunning drone shots. Whether you're running a restaurant, a boutique, or a real estate company, Leon Visuals creates media that boosts your online presence and social media content that attracts real, measurable results. Visit leon-visuals.com or call 725-373-3826.
Did you know that fees associated with real estate closings are virtually the same from one title company to the next? So what sets South Oak Title apart? Effective communication, customer service, expertise, and technology. If you're buying or selling real estate, refinancing a residential or commercial property, tell your realtor you want to close with South Oak Title. South Oak Title, with locations across the Southeast, including Panama City Beach, Inlet Beach, Destin, and Fort Walton Beach. Visit them online at southoaktitle.com.
America's kids are returning to class, in school and at home. And this year, learning is especially tough on students who already struggle with poverty, emotional trauma, and other barriers.
That's where our organization, Communities in Schools, can help. For years, we've had caring adults inside schools, helping these students stay in school.
And now, we are taking our work beyond the school walls, tutoring, mentoring, and counseling students, providing resources for at-home learning,
delivering meals, providing household supplies, connecting kids with online classrooms, and using technology to maintain the one-on-one relationships we know can transform the lives of students and their families.
We are doing whatever it takes to make sure all kids have the opportunity to learn and succeed.
Communities in Schools, going wherever we are needed to help those students who are most in need thrive.
To see how you can help kids succeed, visit communitiesinschools.org. That's communitiesinschools.org.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking...
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got to bat. The Inside Drive. From college to the pros. Interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
They won't tell they all know me. They won't tell And good Tuesday morning. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe along that beautiful Forgotten Coast. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, just search it up, ESPN Northwest Florida. 3 great shows streaming live every day, Monday through Friday. The Coach James Hale Show from 7 to 9, Inside Drive right here, 11 to 1. And, of course, the Afternoon Underdogs from 4 to 6 p.m. You can also download our free mobile app inside the Google Play or Apple Store. Just search up 104.3. It'll pop up right there on the first page of that search. Also, head over to ESPNPC.com if you want to save some money on your viewing pleasures, your streaming services. That's Lucid Streams. Just scroll down a little bit. You'll see the TV channel icon. Right now, offering a free 3-day trial, but using code ESPN-NW. That'll get you about $40 a month. Over 2,000 channels, all the sporting events, all the pay-per-view events, all the Netflix shows, everything you could possibly want to watch. Over 10,000 channels right there. That is Lucid Streams, taking care of our ESPN Northwest Florida listeners. All right, I'm back in studio. Not all of us back in studio, but I guess it rained. We got back about 6:30 last night, so I guess it rained most of the day.
Oh, really? Y'all got back about 6?
Yeah.
Daggum.
Yep.
What time was your flight?
It was about 2:30.
Okay.
So we had some time in the morning. And I want to ask you, have you ever heard of you know how we have a Dick's Sporting Goods here?
Right.
There's called a Dick's House of Sport. Have you ever heard of that? They are massive. There was one in this mall in Tampa, and me and Liam went to the
University Mall?
It was like International something.
Okay.
But it's got like all these crazy high-end stores, but it's got this Dick's House of Sports. It just opened this year. It's 2 levels, massive. It's got 3 golf simulators. It's got like a batting cage simulator thing. It's got an outdoor track and field where you can play football, soccer, all that kind of stuff.
Sick.
And it's also got 5 different climbing walls. So it was unbelievable.
Yeah, you could go there and spend a whole day and not even buy nothing, right?
Literally.
Do you have to like pay to use the attractions?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
you got to pay. I think the rock wall was like $10 for 15 minutes. So.
That ain't bad.
No, not at all. But it was neat. It was neat. I've never heard or seen of them, and obviously the kids were making a lot of jokes about the size of that particular store and the name. So
it is a big one.
Yeah, biggest one we've ever seen. That's for sure. But apparently that's like one of their newer things, which is kind of crazy because the amount of inventory they had in that store was just insane.
Yeah, I don't think that's something we'll see here. That's one of the things I miss about there.
Yeah.
Is like you've got a mall everywhere. You've got multiple choices of malls.
Real mall.
One of the mall has a. I don't know if it still has it, but Parkside Mall in St. Pete had a ice skating rink.
Oh, nice.
In the mall. Like
nice.
That's the least Floridian thing you could ever think of, but that's
fantastic.
where I learned to ice skate.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool stuff. But yeah, fun trip down there. That is for sure. Obviously, we'll talk about the game here in a second. But I got a poll question. And I think it's the poll question they did on the DP show, but I'm not 100%. If you had to be the head coach of one of these football teams, which one would you choose? Anxious to see what our listeners would say. Obviously, we got the Bears. Likely, if they don't get some stuff going, they got a tough schedule the rest of the way. They just fired their offensive coordinator this morning, Shane Waldron. So Matt Eberflus, don't know how safe his job is going forward. But Bears... Obviously, Mike McCarthy's going to be gone from the Cowboys. The Jets they have an interim head coach right now. And then, of course, the Saints as well. So if you had to head coach an NFL...
Wait, that's official? Mike McCarthy's going to be...
No.
Okay.
It's just based on the comments that have been coming through. It looks like it's all but a done deal there, especially with Micah Parsons' comments yesterday.
So Bears, Cowboys.
Jets and Saints. Like the best. I don't know. I don't want to put that kind of punishment on anybody, but I don't know. Of course, while he's getting that typed in there, last Friday, we didn't have a show yesterday. I was out of town. The high school playoff schedules and brackets are out and up. If you hadn't heard, I'm going to talk about the 3 local, there's actually another kind of local school. I think Wakulla's in our listening area with that 101.9 down there in Port St. Joe. But we'll start with the 5A state tournament. That's going to include the number 3 seed Mosley Dolphins in the Quadrant 1 part of the 5A bracket. That'll be this Friday night right here at Tommy Oliver Stadium. David Hayes, Kyle Wright on the call, and hopefully this won't be the last Mosley football game that you guys will be calling, but hey,
that all depends on where they're going to be going and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. If we're going to Miami or something.
Oh, definitely. More, I would say there's like a 99.9% chance that if they're going down to Miami, there's no way we're going to be able to afford to go down there.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll take you as far as we can go with it. But if not, there's going to be multiple outlets to be able to get down there and watch it, or to be able to
they
keep
do a
track
great
of
job
it.
getting all these state tournament games usually.
But man, some of the prices that they charge, radio's not so bad.
Gotcha.
But for TV and stuff, it's ridiculous. It's like, how could you even make your money back on on airing this? So it's absolutely wild.
Crazy stuff. But yes, Mosley.
It's a racket, bro. Like I'll be honest, I'll call them out on it. I don't care, man.
Yeah.
It's a racket. It really is, because it seems like that's about the only thing that they care about. So if you're a part of that particular network, I won't even put a name to it. But man, y'all should really think about, like, this is for the kids, and let's make things a little bit easier. But whatever, you do you, boo.
Yeah, no, crazy. And just not even that, but the travel to get, it's almost...
For Bay, I think it's $6,000 to get to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It's like you almost get punished financially for making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be the case. Shouldn't be the case.
Wait, was that our Make America Affordable again? No, because that would still be like MAGA.
Yeah.
But it was MFGA.
Yeah.
I think it was Make Friendship Great Again or something like that.
Something like that. But yeah, Mosley Dolphins taking on Fleming Island this Friday night. Get out and support Mosley. They've had a heck of a season, and all of Bay County. It's our only local playoff game here for Bay County. So get out there and support the Mosley Dolphins this Friday night. Winner of that game will take on the winner of Lincoln and Mainland, and then on the top side of the quadrant.
So if Mainland were to win, then they would host again.
Because
if Lincoln wins, then we'll be headed to Tallahassee. I would say there's a high likelihood that we'll be calling that game. So it really just depends on where they're going. I think anything within the regional playoffs we'll get to, but then once it gets to headed down to FIU,
it's a hike.
It's
a hike. Unless somebody's got a charter jet, they want to donate.
Hey, man, and I'll fly it. I don't know how to, but I'll get on the flight simulator for a little bit.
Autopilot nowadays, right? You just press the button, it gets you, and it goes there.
Maybe so.
I don't know. We'll see.
I do have a couple of buddies that are pilots. So.
Yeah. See, all you gotta do, you can be the navigator.
Get us on a what do you call them? Puddle hopper or something like that?
Oh, puddle jumper.
Yeah.
It's a big puddle you got to go over the Gulf.
Big puddle.
Gulf of Mexico there. And then on the top side of Quadrant Run, Niceville, number 1 seed, will be taking on Middleburg, and then Ponte Vedra will be taking on Beachside. Moving to the 3A tournament there, you've got, again, in the Quadrant 1 section, you've got Bays, the number 8 seed. They'll be taking on Rains over there in Jacksonville. As David said, I think it's going to cost them about $6,200 just to get over there, before lodging, before food, before anything. So anything anybody can do out there, support these teams. It shouldn't be a financial burden when you make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It should be something you celebrate, you're excited about. It just seems completely backwards to me. I don't quite get it.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that you can't really budget in.
Because you don't know if you're going to make it or not.
Exactly. So it's very tough, but obviously transportation is not a very cheap issue either. So yeah, it's a tough thing, but hey, it's the centennial year. So if you went to Bay, or if Bay ever did anything for you,
if you ever graduated from Bay, give $10.
$10, yeah. Well, if all the alumni who cared about football, because not everyone cares about football.
True.
But if all of the alumni gave $10, I think they'd be able to get that 6,000 quick, fast, and in a hurry.
No doubt. Wakulla will be taking on Menendez. That is not the Menendez brothers. Bishop Kenny.
Who's that?
The Menendez brothers?
Yeah.
You don't know who they are? They killed their parents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I got a little Google to do.
It's topical because they've been in prison for 35 years, and they're trying to say that maybe they should be released, ODIV, all that. It's a long story. It goes into those Dateline things. But anyway, Bishop Kenny and Baker...
Oh, there's a 2024 film about it.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of films about the Menendez brothers. Anyway, Baker County, Bishop Kenny, the 6 and the 3 seed on the lower side of the Quadrant 1 bracket, and then Godby and Swanee as well. The game between Rains and Bay, the winner will take on the winner of Wakulla and Menendez. And then moving to the 4A bracket there in the Quadrant 1, your Arnold Marlins Number 7 seed taking on Choctawhatchee at Choctaw. Again, that's this Friday, 7 p.m. as well. That winner of that game will take on the winner of Escambia and Riverside. There's a lot of this Quadrant 1's got some stout football teams in it. You got
these guys got married. I know that. I'm sorry, but you took me down a rabbit. These guys got married after the crime, and one of them's been married twice.
Yeah,
it's still married.
Yep.
What in the world?
There's a really, if you think that's crazy, there's a show I think has something to do with you get married to somebody that's in prison, and then they document it when that person gets out of prison.
Yeah,
I think it's like 9 out of 10 of them don't end up staying together. It's a little different when you're in prison and then when you're not.
Yeah.
You know, it's all love and roses when
well, it's easy when one person can do whatever they want whenever they want. The other person is just like waiting on a letter, conjugal visit, or a visit.
Well, and the person on the inside is pretty much, treating the person on the outside like gold because that's their ticket. And then when they get out, it usually changes pretty drastically.
Yep. I'm going to treat you like my parents.
Yeah.
In the case of the Menendez brothers.
Yeah. No doubt. But yeah, so that's your high school football action. Get out and support those. If you can make the trip to one of the away games, do that as well. If you can help out any of these schools, of course, do that as well, as these going on the road and playing playoff games is a financially difficult thing, and we got a lot of people in this county that want to help. All you got to do is just give a call to schools, check out the booster programs, whatever it may be. Do something to make it a little bit better. All right, we don't have a ton of time today because we got Doc A and Brad Law, and, of course, our Afternoon Delight debrief. But we did make the trip down to that Niners-Bucks game, man. Cool stadium, Raymond James Stadium. The whole area around it, too, was just very conducive. And that Saturday we got there, I didn't even know there was a USF game as well. I believe they lost to Navy, and I should have bet that one.
Yeah, Navy took care of business against them.
That was the first time I hadn't bet. I think it was Navy was on a bye last week.
I made a nice little chunk on Army.
Yeah?
Yeah, taking the under and Army covering the spread. And
because the spread was only like 3.5, 4, something like that. North Texas.
But I took it live, so it was like 6.5 or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But that worked out, and then...
yeah, BYU, man.
BYU.
They're our favorite team here on the Inside Drive for many reasons. But yeah, that was fantastic. But yeah, Niners-Bucks game. Kind of a must-win for both teams to a certain degree. The Niners still, the NFC West is kind of really crowded, although the Cardinals look pretty darn good. But the Bucks just have been in so many close games, and this was another close game. And out of the bye, the Niners are 17-2 since 2022, so they play well after that bye week. But the big difference I saw between the games before the bye week and this game and the Bucks game, before the games that they won, or the games that they lost, they were losing because of mistakes. This game, they won despite the mistakes, and the mistakes being 3 missed field goals from Jake Moody. And then Deebo Samuel pulling a little Jerry Rice action going up to Jake Moody and basically telling the guy to lock in, just like the kids do and all that stuff. He told him to lock in, which you're going to do to any player that you think is really good and want to happen. And the long snapper, Tabril Peppers, didn't like that too much and got up in the face of Deebo, and there was a little altercation, and that was kind of in the news. But Deebo's just trying his kicker, man. Lock in, do your job. I get
There's
it.
a right way to do that, then.
Yeah.
Sometimes not putting your hand on a guy might...
That's true, too. I don't know. Deebo may be the...
it's like Deebo. Have you ever dropped a pass or maybe ran the opposite way?
Or been injured all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's... once they pay Brock, we might get 1 year out of Deebo, but I think Deebo's probably going to be the odd man out, given how well Ricky Pearsall's now starting to play.
Yeah, there you go, man.
He had, 75 days since being shot. Ricky Pearsall scored his first NFL touchdown early in that game, and then made a bunch of catches on the crucial drive there for the Niners to get down the field to make that game-winning field goal. Jake Moody. It was a fun game. It was a good game.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield, man, that play on Bosa, that drive was there. They had to tie. They had to kick a field goal to tie, and they had just fumbled a snap, got sacked, and then I think it was 4th and 7. I thought it was 4th and 13. Liam told me it's 4th and 7. Felt longer than that. And I don't know if you saw the play or not. He scrambled out to the right. Bosa's literally pulling on his arm. He's still running, throws it, gets caught by, I think, Rashad White, and then gets a first down. Basically saved the game. That was an unbelievable play.
Yeah, he's scrappy, man.
Scrappy is a great word to describe Baker Mayfield. And then Brock had a great game as well. We saw that Kittle touchdown was right where we were sitting, so that was a lot of fun. Man, let's talk about the Chiefs real quick. I know we got Doc A coming up next, but man, teams that are destined to do major things find ways to win football games. They've been down in 8 of 9 games so far this season. It was funny because people were kind of watching or looking at it on their phone while it was all going down, and like, oh, the Broncos are about to win. They're down by 2. They've got the ball on the 14-yard line. They're about to run out of time, and then it goes to final and it says 16-14, and you're like, wait, what happened? And then somebody said, oh, they blocked a field goal.
Yeah.
And then I saw the replay and I was like, man, they just bowled over that kind of the left side of the line and got in there fast.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's just wow.
It's like, hey, left side of the line, don't block the field goal.
Right.
Oh,
man, no, that's those are the teams you got to watch out for, man. Really doesn't. The thing is all facets of the game, they can be looking great or they look a little subpar compared to what we've seen them as before, but they still find ways to win games, and those are the teams, especially in the NFL, that you really got to watch out for. I mean, speaking of opportunistic, not trying to take us away from this game, but the Lions as well, 5 interceptions for Jared Goff and still finding a way to win that game.
That's football in a nutshell. Joe Burrow throws 5 touchdown passes, loses. Jared Goff throws 5 interceptions. Now, granted, a lot of those interceptions were kind of wild plays. And,
it's not all on Jared Goff,
but it's still 5 turnovers. And the fact that they won that game was absolutely insane. But that's NFL football for you. That is for sure. Then Dolphins last night saved Florida because every college football team and every NFL football team from the state of Florida, FCS, FBS, any college football team lost. I think they were 0-11 going into last night.
They were.
And then the Miami Dolphins looked pretty good.
Yeah, man. And if Dagum A-Chain and Kyron Williams would have scored touchdowns, we'd be looking at plus 800 over the weekend. Solid.
But, I don't know. The Rams just didn't really get anything going. And, Tua, he didn't play fantastic, but he played well enough. He got the playmakers in. A lot of turnovers as well.
Man, it was just turnover city this whole entire weekend.
One thing, Tua does not need to try to go make tackles when he throws an interception.
Oh, the big tackles? He doesn't need to. Just slide. Even if you throw an interception.
Just walk off. Just go to the sideline, man.
Go be the 12th man at that point.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, scary stuff. Dallas Cowboys, man. Micah Parsons kind of said some interesting. He's tried to explain himself a little bit, and I can see where I can kind of see what he's saying. But he basically said, and a lot of people took it. He says a lot of people took it out of context. But he was talking about head coach Mike McCarthy, and basically, so let me see if I can find the exact quote here. Okay, Mike can leave and go wherever he wants. Guys, I kind of feel bad for guys like Zach Martin and guys who might be on their last year or on their way out, because that's who I wanted to hold the trophy. So, of course, everybody took that and said, he wants Mike McCarthy gone. He wants Mike. And Jerry Jones has kind of been very vocal about what he thinks about McCarthy going forward. But I think Micah Parsons, what he was really saying is, like, he can go and play or coach another team and have a chance to win a Super Bowl, where the other guys he was talking about may be at the end of their career, and, that's who he wants to win for. But they need to figure out something very quickly. This is a fun fact about the Cowboys. First team in NFL history to trail by 20-plus points in 5 straight home games. Philadelphia Eagles were the most recent team that enjoyed that 20-plus lead in Jerry's world. And then, of course, you see the whole Sun thing.
Yeah, CD Lamb dropping a touchdown because of it. Yeah.
And I get it. I mean,
I don't know how you don't plan for that, but also that happens every Sunday for a 3:25 game, or was it a 12 o'clock? It was 3:25.
It was the afternoon. Yep. Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things, and because the sun's going to move. It always rises in the east and sets in the west, but its angle is different. So you can say set the stadium, north and south,
but it'll have
windows up, but you'll still maybe get a little.
Don't put those windows on the north and south ends of the end zone or whatever.
There was a lot of things they could have done to combat, and then ironically,
get you some curtains.
Yeah. And that's what CD said. In the press conference, they had to put a shade up for Mike McCarthy because the sun was coming in there, too. But kind of when it rains, it pours a little bit. But we'll talk about some more NFL.
His sunglasses and your visors.
That's it. Zeke always used to wear that visor when he was good at football.
Yeah.
But, OC Shane Walden's gone. We mentioned that real quick. But Bears got a very tough schedule the rest of the way. We'll talk a little more NFL football later on in the show. We got to go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, it's Doc A who'll be joining us in the NBA Cup, formerly known as the in-season tournament, gets underway tonight. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, partly cloudy and a high of 78 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the east-northeast. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a gentle breeze and quite warm near 68. Partly cloudy and 77 tomorrow. 78 and a low chance of showers in the morning, followed by some clouds Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
College football fans, this is Patrick with Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. As toe meets leather to start this football season, don't forget about your lawn. Sod webworms and other turf-destroying insects are on the move. Before they can score a touchdown in your lawn, call Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control to set up the right defense for your property. Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control, where the yellow and blue trucks make your lawn green. Call us, local 890-5820. Remember, 890-5820.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
This is where the reigning SEC tournament champions play.
Wait, another long three ball by Kelly. Goodness gracious! That's a logo three. Knocked away by Broom. Has a breakaway to the hole. Tigers pick up exactly where they left off.
The Tigers host the Kent State Golden Flash. Catch the coverage at 6:30 p.m. Central Wednesday on your official home for Auburn basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida. War Eagle.
We're starting fresh.
Fresh new start.
Locally sourced, Farm to Radio. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is live and local. From the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Tuesday. It's Doc A Day. We've got him on the line. Looking forward to talking a little NBA basketball and even a fun story in there. Doc, how you doing on this, I don't know, it's a little dreary out there Tuesday morning?
I'm okay. I'm all right, except my voice is still going through puberty. But other than that, I'm good.
Hey, you know, we could all go back in time and, have some vocal changes and all that. But you sounded pretty good though. It's almost like each week it's a little different tone, so it keeps us on our toes. That's for sure. All right, let's dive right into it, Doc. Obviously, you guys got the midnight podcast it's 11 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone, but you guys are talking about all the action from that night, and then of course preparing everybody for who they need to pick up after the night's action. So who's on your hot list of this week's pickups for fantasy basketball?
Well, first of all,